Hello, fifth grade. Happy Friday. We have done it. We made it through our first week of the second quarter of fifth grade. Way to go. Awesome. We're going to continue on in our same but different series today as we continue talking about multiplication of fractions. Here is our agenda for today. I'm going to just scoot myself over this way just a smidge. Woo! That was fun. We're going to start with a welcoming activity, telling a story, and then also talk about how multiplying by 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2. We're also going to then do a task called portions of portions. Then we'll pause for questions. If you have questions, send them to me in a message, comment, or discussion post. And then we're going to breathe for just a couple of moments, and then we'll play a Kahoot, wrapping up with an exit ticket. Awesome. So here we go. Our welcoming activity today is to tell a story. But first, did you know that multiplying by 1/2 is the same thing as dividing by 2? What? Oh my goodness. How can that be true? Oh my. All right, let me move myself. Actually, I'll stay right there. I'm going to zoom in just a smidge here. Look at that taco pizza pie. Awesome. All right, so what does this mean? How can this be true? Well, take a look at this. If we had 3/4 divided by 1/2, in order to solve that, we would switch from division to multiplication, right? So we would have 3/4. We would change our division sign to multiplication, and we know we need two opposites to make everything even. So we take this 1/2, spin it around into 2 wholes, or 2/1. Once we got to that point, we could solve 3 times 2 is 6, 4 times 1 is 4. Well, can we do this backwards? What if we had 2/3 times 1/2? Could we go from a multiplication problem to a division problem? Is that possible? Is that something we can do? Well, let's take a look. We have 2/3. Now, we've seen over on this other side that it is possible to go from a division problem to a multiplication problem. So couldn't we do the reverse, go from a multiplication problem to a division problem? Let's switch our multiplication sign to division, and then we know we need to switch this to the opposite. So we have two opposites. So we're going to switch our 1/2 to 2/1. Now that we've done the opposite of what we did on this left side, now that we're on the right side over here, we did the exact opposite. Left side, we went from division to multiplication. On the right side, we went from multiplication to division. Oh my goodness. And we see that this 2/1 is the same thing as 2 divided by 1, because us writing a fraction is the same thing as a division problem. So it's 2 divided by 1, and 2 divided by 1 is 2. So 2/2 and 2 wholes, 2/1 is the same thing as 2. Oh my goodness. So when we multiply something by 1/2, it's the same thing as dividing by 2. Holy cow, wow. Wow, wow, wow. All right, well, I'm going to clear this away, zoom back out, and we'll get started with our welcoming activity today. I want us to think of a story that we could use to tell the math problem 2/3 times 1/2. So pause the video here, think of a story that we could tell for the math problem 2/3 by 1/2. Once you've got it, submit it in a discussion post, a comment to this, or in a message to me, and unpause it, and I'll share mine. Awesome. So my story that I wrote was, I have 2/3 of a pizza. So I've got some part of a pizza. I ate half of what's left. How much pizza did I have? So there we have we have a part of a part. And that way we know we have a multiplication problem, because we're already starting with a part of something, a part of the whole pizza, and then we're going to split that and multiply that by 1/2. Awesome. How do we know it's a multiplication problem? We know it's a multiplication problem because we are taking part of something and then taking part of that, so the amount we have is getting smaller. Awesome. So here's a task called portions of portions. That's like part of a part. so we know we're going to be multiplying fractions. Shayna makes a container of lemonade. Her brother drinks 1/4 of it. Her father then drinks 2/3 of the remaining 3/4. How much of the container did her father drink? Draw a diagram and write an equation. So I'm going to look at this, and I see we want to know how much of the container did her father drink. Now we see this first part says her brother drinks 1/4 of it, so that's irrelevant. We don't need that. I'm just going to cross it out. How much is left? There's 3/4 left. And our denominator is 4 or quarters, so I know we're going to need to separate our picture into 4 parts. With our picture, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 3/4 left of this lemonade, so I'll shade in 3/4 of that. And then we see that her father he drinks 2/3 of the amount that's left. So we are going to, in blue, cut everything into thirds vertically. So our quarters went horizontally, and then our thirds went vertically, and he drank 2/3 of them, so we will shade in 2/3, top to bottom. Now we ask ourselves, how many rectangles are shaded in both yellow and orange? There are 6 rectangles shaded in both yellow and orange. Then we say, how many total rectangles are there? There are 4 rows of 3, or 3 columns of 4, which means there are 12 total boxes. So what equation does this have? This would be 2/3 times 3/4. 2/3 times 3/4. We know we can solve this by multiplying straight across the numerator. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 4 is 12. Are our answers the same? Is 6/12 equal to 6/12? Yes, it is. Awesome. All right. So this next one is for you to do all on your own. The next day, Shayna makes another container of lemonade. Her sister drinks 1/3 of it. Her mother drinks 3/4 of the remaining 2/3. How much of the container did her mother drink? It's time for you to draw a diagram and write an equation. Pause the video here. When you have your answer, unpause it and we'll ask our last question. Awesome. So now we're going to ask ourselves, how are these two problems similar and how are they different? Well, I know they're similar because each problem had 3/4 and 2/3. We multiplied those two together. We know the commutative property says no matter what order you multiply factors in, you get the same answer, the same product. So whether we went 2/3 times 3/4 or we went 3/4 times 2/3, we got 6/12 both times. What was different? Well, something that was different was the fact that her brother on the first day drank 1/4, but her sister on the second day drank 1/3. So the order of our factors was different because of who drank how much on the first day. Awesome. If you have questions about this, let me know. If you thought of something else that was similar or different, also let me know. All right, y'all, breathing is important in life, but also in math. So we're gonna take one big breath in. We're gonna hold it and tense everything up like we're angry, and then we're going to let it out. We'll breathe in, big breath in, hold it for about 5 seconds, and then let it out. All right, ready? We'll do this all together. Breathe in, and hold it. Hold. All right, and let go. Awesome. How do you feel now? I notice I feel a lot looser. I just instantly got calmer after letting go of everything I had held in when I was held in tight. How did you feel? Awesome. Well, that brings us to our time for a Kahoot. Since you are at home, not watching this live, but we are here together in this virtual space, I'm going to go ahead and play this. I want you to pause it each time we have a question on the board, and then watch us as we select our answers. I have to turn this music off just like I would if we were here all together. Woo! All right, there's our pin. You cannot play this on your own, unfortunately. But see if you can beat me. It's going to be tough. See if you can get the same answers I got. Awesome. And make sure to pause it or during every question. I'm going to move myself. I think if I move myself over here. Ooh, wrong thing. Move the screen over there. I'm going to, well, there we go. I'll just shrink myself down over in this corner. All right, I'm in. I hope you're in too. Get ready. Multiply me. Awesome. 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. What is this Kahoot about? Okay, once you see all the answers, pause it here and unpause when you're ready to go. Awesome. All right. I know this is about multiplying fractions. Whew. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Question 2. What is 2/3 times 3/4? All right. Pause this video until you have your answer chosen. All right. I'm glad you're back. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, it's going to be 6/12. Whew. All right. Did you get that one right? That would be awesome. All right, question 3. Here we go. What is 2/5 times 4/9? All right, pause the video here until you have your answer. All right, I know I'm going to multiply my numerator, so I do 2 times 4, which is 8, and then do 5 times 9, and 5 times 9 is 45. It's going to be the red one. Whew, that was close. All right, next question. Have you met Miss Doherty, our librarian? She is awesome. I have met her, so I'm going to hit yes. I am hopefully going to have her come introduce herself to our class soon because she is awesome, but it's no points, no wrong answers for that question at all. All right, here we go. Question 5. What is 3 times 3/5? Okay, pause the video here. Unpause once you have your answer. All right, I know that in order to turn that whole number 3 into a fraction, I'm going to have 3 wholes, so it's going to be 3/1. If 3 times 3 is 9, 1 times 5 is 5. Whew. So 9/5 was the answer. I'm going to grow myself back just a little bit so I shouldn't block any of the answers. All right, here we go. Next question. Question 6. Here we go. I have 1/2 of a pizza. I eat 2/3 of the remaining pizza. How much pizza have I eaten? All right, pause it here, unpause it when you have your answer. All right, I know that this is 2/6 because I multiply my numerators. 1 times 2 is 2, and then my denominators, 2 times 3 is 6. Awesome. All right. Next question, question 7. Here we go. What is the fastest animal? Pause it here. Is it peregrine falcon? Is it a blue whale? Is it Miss Hayden? Or is it a tiger? Pause it here when you are choosing your answer. Let me know, or unpause it. Sweet. It is the peregrine falcon. Now, you might have said the tiger because it is a very fast land animal. You might have been confused because cheetah wasn't on there, and cheetahs are the fastest land animal. But the peregrine falcon can actually dive through the air at over 300 miles an hour. Wow, that is fast. All right, our next question. Question 8. Double points. This one's tough. What is 2/3 times 1/2 times 1/4? Oh my goodness. There are 3 numbers here. All right, pause the video here. Once you have your answer, unpause it. All right, I know I'm going to have to multiply all of my numerators. So I'll do 2 times 1 times 1, which is 2, and 3 times 2, which is 6, times 4, which is 24. It must be the blue one. Awesome. All right, here we go. Question 9. Random volume question. What is the volume formula for the rectangular prism? All right, here are your different formulas. Which one is for a rectangular prism, or a box. That's why there's boxes here. Pause it here. When you've got your answer, unpause it. Awesome. I know my answer is the yellow one. It is length times width times height for a rectangular prism or a box. Awesome. All right. 2 questions left. 2 questions. What is 3/7 times 2/8? All right. Pause it here. Unpause once you have your answer. I know my answer is 656. All right. And the last question. Now's your time to shine. Y'all, don't choose the wrong answer. That's all I'm going to say. It's double points. Your time to shine. Here we go. Don't choose the wrong answer. I'm going to go ahead and choose the one that says choose me, and I got it right because the only answer that was not correct was the wrong answer. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Well, everybody, awesome class. Thank you so much for joining us on this beautiful Friday. I hope you are having an awesome day. I can't wait to see you back here on Monday. Have an amazing weekend. Let me know if you have any questions at all. Bye, y'all.